Alright, so many of you may think that because I spend my time drawing shitty stick figure cartoons on the internet, that I am absolutely rolling in money. The reality is that online animation pays jack shit, and it doesn't help that because I say words like jack shit in every single video I upload, YouTube has demonetized about 99% of my content. No, the bulk of my income actually comes from my real job, which is being a school district superintendent. And I bring this up because today's story is about the time I went to have lunch at the home of one of my dumbass employees. Now, to say this luncheon got off to a rocky start would be an understatement. This employee of mine was named Principal Seymour Skinner. I'm using his real name because, well, he's a dumbass who lives with his mom and can't use a computer. Principal Skinner had given me directions to his mother's house, which involved taking Interstate 475 to exit 18A. Well, thanks, dumbass. This means in my case, I get on the highway for 0.5 miles and then immediately get off. This guy's directions were so bad, he might as well have been Steven Seagal's fight director. When I did finally get there, he told me this was going to be an unforgettable luncheon, and oh boy was it. And it started with me sitting at the kitchen table for like 25 goddamn minutes while Skinner was presumably cooking. I finally peeked my head in, and this idiot's got his leg up halfway out his window like he's trying to sneak away from his parents and fucking smoke some weed for the first time. You may notice in my little animation that there's smoke coming out of his oven, and this sad excuse for a person tried to tell me that it was steam from the steamed clams we'd be eating. Now, I know we don't get a lot of clams in Lake Erie, but even I, a certifiable Midwestern hick, know that you do not steam clams in an oven. You do it on a stovetop, for Christ's sake. Come on, everybody knows that. Well, imagine my surprise when maybe 15 minutes later, Principal Skinner comes out of the kitchen holding some fucking soggy hamburgers and fries. I, of course, asked about the steamed clams of which I'd been informed, and Skinner told me that I was the lunatic, and he'd in fact used the phrase, steamed hams. Now, I don't know what side of LaGrange Street this guy grew up on, but I can tell you, I have never heard anyone from around here use the phrase steamed hams. We have two types of hamburgers here, Culver's and other. Take your pick. But the burgers Skinner brought out were so processed and nasty that no loving God would have allowed them to be prepared in a home kitchen. Calling them dog shit would have been doing them a kindness, since at least there might still be some fucking table scraps left behind in any given dog shit. And I should add, these burgers were grilled. This son of a bitch couldn't even pretend to have steamed them in the name of believability. And it's right when I'm confronting Skinner about this lack of steam that he says, "Oh, excuse me for 1 second." But when he comes back, I get a glimpse behind him, and either the room is on fucking fire, or somebody's exorcising the STDs out of Lindsay Lohan's ass back there. Of course, since Skinner is a brain-dead idiot, he just looks me straight in the eye and says, "Oh, that's the Aurora Borealis." Skinner, your stepdad won't even let you go outside after 5 p.m. How the hell would you know what the goddamn northern lights look like? Of course, he wouldn't let me see them, you know? Some secret shit going on back there. And that ended one of the most awkward meals I've ever had. I guess the morals of this story are don't try to purchase fast food and disguise it as your own cooking. And if you're gonna fake meteorological events in your kitchen, at least try to make them a little less batshit fucking insane than the northern goddamn lights. The end.
Brewstew.com